The give once again to Smith around the left-hand side, and Smith, look at that quick burst. Incredible quickness, as it looks like he's close to another first down.
They're running right into their own sideline. They're getting good looks at who they can handle, but I mentioned before that they had a lot more success running to their left, and that's what it is. Right here, Smith on outside.
Look at this burst of speed.
Yeah, he's got great wheels. And there it is right there, the fresh legs. And again, he reminds me of Holly on the other side because, again, he's very hard to find.
So Pahokee now moving the ball in large chunks. Now they're going to say he was out of bounds after a gain of 6. Hard, of course, for us to tell from the other side of the field where the run took place. But 2:59 to go here in the game. And Pahokee holding on to a 7-point lead in the Muck Bowl, and one that, you know, the players were saying before this game that they wanted worse than anything. The one game they asked Martavius Odoms before the season even started, what are you looking forward to? And he said, Muck Bowl. You know, they wanted revenge, they wanted redemption for that loss to Glades 2 years ago.
Well, this is what it's about. I mean, we're not being redundant when we tell you that this game means everything. The rain's coming down pretty hard, and if he doesn't run left with the tailback, I think I'll jump out of the booth, but I think that's what's going to come. Now, when does Glades start using their timeouts? If they stop them short here, I think you got to burn one.
I agree. So 2nd down and 4 for the first, and the give to the right-hand side. Get ready to eat your shorts, and a big gain around the right side by Smith. And Vincent Smith is taking over this ball game for Pahokee. Incredible.
They changed them up, and I'll tell you why they did. They absolutely audibled into that because they saw that Glades was slanting to the right, and they're going to take the left side away, and they ran the counter play back to the right. And here's Smith, who's got fresh legs and is very fast anyway, turning the corner, outrunning the Glades secondary, and only a saving tackle by number 15, Johnny Dixon, prevents the touchdown.
More speed than a D1 player, Dixon, who is, had enough speed to catch up to him, but still incredible. Up the middle with room to run and staying on his feet and knocking people over is Vincent Smith. If that doesn't have MVP written all over it, I don't know what does. He is literally winning this ball game late in the 4th quarter for Pahokee. 2:21 to go.
If we get this replay, how do you do this at 5'7", 160 pounds? He flat runs over, but let's give the offensive line of Pahokee some credit here, Dan. Because watch this hole.
He's
this
got
hole
a huge
is
hole.
Absolutely huge. And now the contact comes, and he just keeps going. That's a good hit. Didn't wrap up, and now
knocks
we're going to run over him.
Not one, but 2 Raiders players on their backs. Incredible.
Well, that's what big holes do for you, to give you a lot of momentum.
1st and 10, and the give, guess who? Vincent, and this time he is going to be corralled.
Now you got to call timeout. He's
going to be corralled on a short gain, and we'll see if Glades does resort to a timeout. The clock is stopped at 1:43. A timeout called by Glades Central. 1:43 to go. Pahokee seemingly in control and driving here in the 4th quarter of the 2006 Muck Bowl. And I'm hearing, Bill, from our production truck that Smith has 183 yards on the night.
Yeah, and a lot of it right here when it's crunch time. McKenna Regis, who had the leg cramps early in the 4th quarter, has come back, and he's playing left tackle on this offensive line and is doing a remarkable job handling the big Glades defensive linemen. So a lot of credit goes to those guys up front. They've really sucked it up, having to play both ways and playing this hard in the 4th quarter.
And I'm just getting the sense right now that Pahokee seems to want this game a little bit more.
Well, right now it is.
Because of what they're doing on this final drive.
You're absolutely right from that perspective, but I'm going to save my who's going to win thing because I've seen this thing change too many times tonight.
Exactly. 2nd down and 9. Shepard hands off to Smith again, and Smith, another short gain off the left tackle. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Another timeout called by Glade Central. And I believe they still have 1 left. Now, it'll be interesting, Dan, to see if they don't get this 1st down, do you try to kick the relatively short field goal, risking the block, or do you just try to eat up more clock? And that's a question that you got to ask right now, because it's 3rd down and it's 8 yards to go.
And 1:24 left in the game. Pahokee holding on to a 7-point lead, 28-21 over Glade Central here at Lair Field. And the stands, of course, are still packed. There are still people ringing the field, some 5, 6, 7, 8 deep in places. What a game this has been.
Yeah, they're 7, 8 deep. You're right, Dan. All over the field, on the fence. Nobody's left. And I'm going to go. I'm going to prognosticate a little bit here, and I think they're going to go back to that little counter play and fake to the fullback left and give it back to Smith going to the right.
Well, let's see if you're right. They're lining up to get going again. 3rd down and 9. Willie Jenkins and Vincent Smith in the backfield. The quarterback, Anthony Shepard, who has done a very steady job tonight for the Blue Devils. Over the left side, he's got some room. He breaks a tackle, and a 1st down again. Vincent Smith.
I'll tell you what, Dan made the call. They just wanted a little bit more, because Glade Central's defensive line is getting blocked, and that's the bottom line of the game. They're getting blocked.
And excitement, and it looks like the party has started. And here's the replay.
Look at the hole that Smith has to get to the outside, and has the perseverance to stay in bounds.
And a great stiff arm there as well.
Absolutely. Well, he's got that leverage. Everybody talks about running backs and, oh, he's not big enough, he's not this enough. Smaller running backs are very hard to find, and they have a great center of gravity. They're much harder to bring down.
But this is now let's realize, this is a sophomore running back, a 10th grader. And he is running over people who are going to be playing in 1 or 2 seasons on a major college football team.
Absolutely, and it goes to the offensive line, who's creating those huge holes. So he's got all the momentum going into the secondary, and that's asking a lot from the safety to come up there and try to stop him when he's got all that momentum. Take nothing away from Pahokee. This is an impressive drive from their own, way inside their own territory.
And Smith, just what I like about his running style, very quick, and then puts on that speed, and then not afraid to run over people.
No.
Once he gets to them.
Well, barring a fumble, and again, I'm not willing to give it up yet, but barring a fumble, it looks like Pahokee's going to win the Muck Bowl.
It does. Anthony Shepard looks like he is just going to take a knee here. And he does, and wait a minute. Whoa.
He fumbles the ball.
It looked like there might have been a fumble under there, but Pahokee recovers. Now the clock ticking, just over a minute to go, and apparently Glade Central, out of timeouts, cannot stop it. So less than a minute to go, and the clock ticks, and they will just have to take one more knee, and then it's all over. But the shouting, but. Oh, I thought someone was about to call a timeout there. No.
Now Pahokee's got one of their quick kids lined up 8 yards deep as a tailback, and that is for defensive purposes only. And if the ball is fumbled, he's back there to prevent the touchdown.
And Shepard was not going to snap the ball at all. They're going to take the delay of game penalty, which will stop the clock and leave 31 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is snap the ball one more time, and the clock will run out.
And our own Joel Lewis and Lisa Pride will try to get reaction from both teams following this. There is the final snap. There goes the ball, well, almost thrown in the air, but no, Shepard tosses it politely back to the official. He wanted to throw it in the air, but the celebration begins, and the Pahokee Blue Devils have won the 2006 Muck Bowl, and they look happy.